Hello, everybody, and welcome to Word World. I'm Jeff, your host, and here we're going to be talking about divorce statistics. Oh boy, in 2022. All right, this one looks to be interesting. Even though, of course, in 2022, but it was written in January of last year, in 2021. So, more chance than not, this thing was updated. But I still think there's a lot of this is very interesting to know. Divorces rank high in the stress scale of one's life. No kidding. They are proven to affect both the mental and physical health of those who experience them. Since last year's events didn't do much except pile up stress and further strain relationships, 2022 makes it harder than ever to have a happily ever after. Yep. It's a sensitive topic and the decision that should be made with a lot of consideration. So let's look into different divorce statistics to discover how it works, why people choose to end their relationships, and how probable it is to happen in the first place. Top 10 divorce stats to keep in mind. Oh, this ought to be good. All right. The average divorce rate in the world is estimated to be 4 divorces per 1,000 married persons. It says in the world. So all over the world, 4 divorces per 1,000. Keep that in mind. 4 divorces per 1,000 in the world. Almost 45% of first marriages in the U.S. end in divorce. I think it's a little low. I think it's like 50 or 60% right now. Divorce rates on second marriages show that the average duration of a second marriage is 7.3 years for men and 6.8 years for women. So women give up a lot sooner than the men do. Guatemala has the lowest divorce rate in the world. Really? I would have thought the Philippines. Because the Philippines, you can't get divorced. It's illegal. But I guess Guatemala, they say, it was the lowest divorce rate in the world. Well, that's fine. Here we go. The Philippines and the Vatican are the only 2 countries where divorce is illegal. Talk about it immediately. Obviously, I didn't read this thing ahead of time. The average age of couples that get divorced for the first time is 30. So if you're married before 30, good chances are you're probably going to get divorced by about 30. According to divorce statistics by age, the average cost of a divorce in the U.S. is $15,000 per person. Wow. 76% of Americans believe that getting a divorce is morally acceptable. Yeah. The average time to remarry after a divorce is 3 years. So, I'm not even going to go there. 1 in 3 divorces start as an online affair. 1 in 3 divorces starts as an online affair. Online. That's a key word. Now, let's get into the nice infographic, shall we? All right. The dissolution of a marriage or divorce is a legal process for determining marital union or marriage. Usually ends up with a reorganization or a cancellation of the marriage's legal duties. How very government stating of it. All right, let us break down divorce-related statistics in order to get to a better idea of who, when, and why. Why do people get divorced? Good question. Let's find out. Reasons for getting a divorce. Infidelity, almost 60%. Lack of commitment. You could also say that could also be a huge one for infidelity. 75%. No kidding. Arguing or conflicting. Oh, you're just having arguments and you just can't get along. Um, Getting married too young. Wow. 45% agreed that they just got married too young. Financial problems. I'm shocked. Only 36% actually admitted to financial problems. Or just means that there's not a lot of people are having financial problems, so they just divorce for another reason. According to a study conducted by whatever, NCBI, lack of commitment is the most common reason for divorce. Well, yeah, that's a pretty generic term, if you ask me. Substance abuse, almost 35%. Domestic violence, the claim of domestic violence, 23.5%. Health problems. Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. That's kind of a dickish thing. Basically, what that means is that, I've heard and watched stories and read about them where all of a sudden somebody can get into a car accident, both men and women, and all of a sudden they need a lot of extra care and everything changed, and that's not what the other person signed up for. Because remember that whole vow about sickness and health and blah blah blah. Yeah, not too many people care or really actually mean that one when they're doing their vows. Lack of family support. How's a family supposed to support your butt? 17%. Religious differences. 13%. You would have. Now, here's the interesting part. General divorce stats. If both partners were married before, chances of divorce increased by 90%. So once you get one divorce, even if you get married, more chance of that you're just going to get a divorce again anyways. Just reality. 90% chance you're going to get another divorce after your first one. Wow. 70%, roughly 70% of U.S. divorces are initiated by women. Yep, that one's not uncommon. 70% of all divorces are initiated by women. And that's on your first divorce. And that's if you're not educated. I think that the actual stat is like 90% of all U.S. divorces are initiated by the women if they're college educated. Let's see now. On average, the first marriage, here we go. On average, the first marriage that ends in divorce lasts 8 years. Ain't that a kicker? So if you get married, your first marriage, more chances are than not, you're going to get a divorce 8 years later. Ain't that a kick in the teeth? All right, 67% of first marriages are terminated during a 40-year period. %67% of first marriages are terminated during a 40-year period. I'm assuming they're referring to the first 40 years of the person's life. So if you're under 40, 67% of all marriages are terminated. Oh yeah. So that's what they're trying to be able to say. Okay, if you're under 40 and under, well, generally speaking, 40-year period. So it could even be 60, 18. Let's just simply say 60. If you're 60 years old, I know there's another one. I have much more broken down stats. I'll have to try and be able to get that for you. But that's just phenomenal. Almost 70% of all first marriages are terminated during the first 40 years. 90% of divorced women have custody over their children. So basically, instead of that, you men are ass out. That's it. Just that simple. 65% of divorced women with children don't receive child support. All right, I don't know how that happens, but that's what they're stating. 65% of divorced women with children don't even receive child support. I don't see how that's possible. But okay. Especially with the government butting their nose into everything and so I don't see, punishing every guy. I don't see that. But okay, if that's what they're stating. What are the common grounds for divorce? In the U.S., abuse, of course. Adultery, desertion, criminal history. Okay. Mental illness. Think about this. You go to court. You're filing for divorce. Why are you divorcing your husband? Because he has a mental illness. Well, they got it in here for the UK. Wow. Adultery, desertion, unreasonable behavior. Unreasonable behavior, living separately for more than 2 years. Living separately for more than 5 years. Really? So it's become so commonplace for married people not to even be living in the same place that they're like, why even bother staying married? Or I know some people, however, has always said that they got married, didn't work out, he or she moved out. They never got a divorce. They just been living separate lives. That's it. So, wow. So there's 2 years and then 5 years. And they're both on here for the most common grounds for divorce. What the hell? Man, I need to do a thing on divorce for UK because I'm pretty sure it'd be fascinating. Holy crap. Okay. Who is getting divorced? Divorce rates by age and occupation. Ooh, okay, here we go. 60% of all divorces involve people aged between 25 and 39. Oh, that's where I was going out over for the 40-year-olds. Yeah, 60% of all divorces involve anybody under 40. Wow. And the average first-year marriage, remember, is 8 years, and then you're getting a divorce. The average age for a couple that goes through the first marriage divorce is 30. Remember, we talked about that. Wow. If spouses have strong religious beliefs, their marriage has a 14% less chance to end in divorce. Right, I can understand that. I've seen too many studies on that part. The divorce rate in marriages where one spouse is in jail for 1 year or more. Come on. Is 100% for women and 80% for men. Wow. What can I say about that? Over 90% of marriages among Navy SEALs. Really? Over 90% of marriages among Navy SEALs end up with a divorce. That's messed up. I wonder if it's like that, just like with cops. Cops have a terrible divorce rate. It's ridiculous. All right, divorce rate by. All right, here we go. Lowest. Actuaries have the lowest rate of divorces. Okay, 17%. Physical scientists are only at 19% basically for getting divorced. Life scientists and medical scientists, remember, it's different than doctors and nurses. Almost 19.6, so it's almost that. Even clergy have almost a 20% divorce rate. Wow. A software developer is only a 20% divorce rate by jobs, remember. Holy crap. All right. The highest, gaming managers. Okay. Bartenders. 52.7% of all bartenders getting divorced. Oh, all right. This one isn't that much of a shocker to me. Half of flight attendants, 50% chance of flight attendants, you're getting a divorce. I've heard way too many stories about flight attendants. Yeah. Gaming service workers. Really, again. Wow. Oh, I didn't, and it's just below flight attendants. So basically, people work in the casinos and all that sort of stuff, 50%. Wow. Rolling machine setters, tenders, and operators. So machine operators, rolling machine setters, and tenders, etc., they have a 50% rate of divorce. Damn. The hell? Divorce rate by industry. Oh boy. Lowest. Architecture and engineering. Lowest percentage. Computers and mathematics. Really? Only 28% of the military. If you're in the military, you're only gonna divorce 20% of the time. That's not so bad. Now, in reality, that's not bad at all. Physical life and social science. Really? Only 30% of educators and library personnel get divorced. That is phenomenal. Highest chances of getting a divorce. Office and administrative support. Wow. Transportation. Protective services. Yeah. Cops, etc., and stuff that are notorious. They always get a lot of them because they can't leave, especially like in Michigan, where they can't not have a gun. You know, I've actually have family. Well, they're all retired now, but who have had a lot of problems because of that. All right, let's see now. Personal care and services, like barbershop, stylists, and services, maids, whatever. 39, basically 40%. Repair workers, handyman, etc. Really? Because most of those would just be guys. It's just a guy kind of a thing. Almost 40% of everybody who's a basically handy person, so if it gets a divorce. Wow. All right. Now let's talk about this. Divorce rate in the U.S. The divorce rate in the United States declined from 4.7 in 1990 to 2.9 in 2016. Yeah. Well, don't forget that also is that we have far less marriages than we ever have ever. So the declining divorce rate is also coinciding with the nosedive that marriages are also taking too. So if you're not getting married, you're not going to have as many divorces. Who figured? Between 2008 and 2016, the divorce rate declined by 18% in the United States. I wonder what the declining rate is for marriages from 28 to 2016. All right, looks like both 21 and 22% of the genders have been divorced. Pretty even. U.S. divorce rate by the numbers of marriages. Okay. First marriage, 42 to 45%. All right, this is different because earlier it said that there's a 90% chance of increase or divorce after your first marriage. This one only says 60% for your second marriage. Okay, third marriage, yeah, almost inevitably 73% chance you're going to get a divorce. It just keeps on going up higher, and higher than that, probably 90s or 99.9% chance. All right, here we go. People aged 45 or younger in the main force of declining. Wow. People aged 45 or younger are the main force of declining divorce rates in the U.S. No shit. Because everybody 45 and younger, and so they aren't getting married. So it would go in line as if the divorce rates would be dropping significant. Then that should be very accurate. All right, divorce rates among older adults in the U.S. per 1,000 people, age 55 to 64, 15. Older. Okay. Oh, 65 plus, 5. Well, yeah. Why bother getting a divorce? What's the point? Oh, this ought to be interesting. States with the highest divorce rate per 1,000 marriages: Idaho, Oklahoma. Oh, nobody's beating Arkansas. Arkansas's got 17%. Oh my God. 17 out of 1,000 marriages divorced. And then comes Alabama. States with the lowest divorce rate. Okay, if anything, it's a bit. New York? New Jersey? Illinois? Wow. Hawaii? Oh, okay, I can see that. Vermont? Well, yeah, they're a little bit, with the lowest divorce rates. Divorce rate in 2017, the UK divorce rate was 8.4 per 1,000. Wow. That's a lot. This is the lowest rate since 1973. Holy crap. It represents a 6% decrease from 2016. Holy crap. Nobody is getting. Why even bother getting married in the UK? For real. Divorces by previous marital status in the UK. First marriages. 74% chance. 74% chance you're getting a divorce in the United Kingdom. But if you've been previously married, you only have a 26% chance of getting a divorce. Wow, that's kind of messed up. So, oh yeah, but remember is that if they have workers, they aren't necessarily living together. There's that. Remember, they aren't necessarily living together in the UK either, even being married. And divorce rates. Why even bother getting divorced? Remember the up top of it, 2 years where you haven't even seen or talked to each other possibly in 2 years. And the other one is 5 years and you haven't even bothered. They just stay married and just whatever. Oh boy. Divorces per year in England. And what, did it fall off? England and. Nope. No, I have no idea. All right. So yeah, number of divorces. So ever since the founding and so of of women's rights all of a sudden skyrocketed. And it reaches peak in divorces in 1996. And it's actually steadily declined. But as far as I understand, it's also because of the lack of marriages. And I guess they're not even bothering to even getting divorced. They're just staying married, but just not living together. 2017, the average duration of the marriage at the time of divorce in the UK, this is fascinating, is 12.2 years. Ours and so that the average duration of marriage, the first one is 8 years? So theirs is lasting longer, but just they're getting divorced at a much higher rate. Interesting. Between 2005 and 2015, divorces among UK seniors increased significantly. Oh my God. Men older than 65, 23%. Women older than 65, 38%. So I guess a bunch of the older women and stuff like that are just saying, forget about it. I don't want to be taking care of that measly, crappy old man when he gets older. Worldwide divorce rates. Ireland has a 0.6% divorce rate per thousand, which is the lowest in the United Kingdom. I got stuck with that. With the EU. No, between 1970 and 2008, the global divorce rate increased from 2.6 to 5.5. That's a huge increase. That was like double. Iran has the lowest divorce rate among North African and Middle Eastern countries at 1.8. Here's the lowest for divorce rates: Peru, Ireland. Highest is Russia at only 4.7. Oh, that's right, world. Okay, so it's not including UK or the US. Okay, well, there is the stats. So, top 10 things to keep in mind about going for the dive. All right, everybody, and so like, share, and comment, and I should get back with you in the next one. You guys have a great one. Thank you. Bye-bye.